Hello everyone and welcome aboard the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team, Hype Train FC. After the team's opening 12-1 away win at RG6 at Palmer Park last time out, 2 weeks later on Sunday the 19th of September 2021, we were back in competitive action for the second time this season in RDSL Division 4, hosting another new outfit, Core FC at Calcot Recreation Ground, in what was our first home outing in the Reading and District Sunday League. In between the RG6 and Core games, we did host Caversham United in an end-to-end 6-goal thriller on home soil, and you can watch highlights of that, as well as all the team's 2021 friendly matches, right now on the team's YouTube channel in the description below. Decked out in our red Kitlocker power-up strip yet again, we initially lined up with a 3-5-2 formation that saw Jack Grosh in between the sticks in the absence of Jake Holloway, who was injured the previous Sunday against Caversham in our friendly thriller, whilst we also had Robert Austin, Stuart Stannard and Chris Marshall ahead of Roche in goal in a three-man defensive line. At wing-backs, Jamie Carter and Colin Zakemchi occupied wide roles for the club, whilst Callum Fox-Spence and Gino Izzo were holding in midfield, with Scott Terry in an advanced position in the role, supporting a top two of Danny Setiuan and Leon Mannion. We had 4 substitutes for the game against Core, with Paul Hatfield and Matt Snell making their competitive debuts from the bench, and they were joined by Danny Basden, Owen Jones and Waleed Zaki. Ahead of kickoff, if you follow the team, don't forget to hit the like button as well as subscribing to the channel for more action from the train, and you can also find out more about the club by visiting our main website, hypetrainfc.com, and by visiting our parent website over at thehypetrain.co.uk for more from the Hype Train. Jumping into the thick of the action, you see a dead ball situation here of myself, Robert Austin, stood over the ball. The dead ball is flung into the edge of the box. There's a flick on by Leon Mannion. The ball's bobbling around and it falls out to Gino Izzo, who takes a speculative little dink shot and it just goes over the bar. The host of chances continued when Leon Mannion stepped up for a free kick and it just got a little bit of the wind and it fizzled just over the bar. After a promising start to the game, the first goal did eventually arrive around 10 minutes in, and it all started when Core gave away the ball at the halfway line. Colin Zakemchi on the far side playing right wing back picks up the ball and drives into the Core half. He eventually gets the ball into Danny Setiuan in the middle of the park, and it's shifted on to Gino Izzo, who plays in Leon Mannion. Leon sets up Scott Terry, who takes a shot from outside the box, and it goes through the goalkeeper, gives the team an early lead, and it's exactly what we deserved. Like buses, our goals came in short succession after one another, and the second arrived when we won back the ball in the middle of the park. Callum Fox-Spence calmly finds Chris Marshall, with Chris taking his time to feed in Leon. Leon's got acres to turn and feeds in Collins down the right hand side again. Collins skips away from his man, he's got Callum in support as well as Danny. The ball goes across the box, Callum jinks away from a player, it comes all the way across the box. Jamie Carter has found the back of the net in what was an easy chance, and the team have a 2-0 lead. It wasn't all the team in red though to start the game, and we did allow Core back into the game early on in the half as well, as they start to mount a lot of pressure. Core win possession after we sloppily give the ball away, and they switch the ball out to the middle of the park from their left back. They shrug off the defensive line here and cut the ball back to Adam Skidmore, who cuts home, scores, and that's Core's first away goal for their club. Core have a way back into the match, and it's Jamie Carter stood over a corner kick with the ball whipped in, and the ball is cleared away on the first and second time of asking. At the edge of the box, Matt Snell picks up the loose ball and feeds in Collins. Collins passes back out to Jamie, who's got the ball on his left hand side. He takes a shot and it fizzes past the right post. It's a near effort for the team. From back to front, the defensive line of Chris Marshall, Stuart Stannard and Robert Austin have a chance to play the ball around, and we're not really getting a lot of pressure here from the Core offensive line as the ball is fed into midfield to Matt Snell. Matt's got a lot of time to turn out before finding the feet of Leon Mannion. Leon's got a man up his arse and he turns around and finds Collins. Collins here has acres on the right hand side and 3 men around him. He whips in the ball to the edge of the box with Scott Terry picking it up on his chest, but the shot is just flicked away by a Core player. Core went without their own pressure though, and on the right hand side they whip in a ball in the middle of the pitch, and there's a few scrappy moments as Core slowly get the ball down and they compose themselves well. The ball is eventually worked through the middle still and onto the right foot of one of their attackers, who takes a speculative shot, but the big towering Jack is able to make the save. As the first half wore on, Core become more into the game, and as you're about to see here, there's a few nice passing sequences down the right hand side with the ball calmly played around. The number 9 has a chance to look up infield, and he eventually finds the feet of his attacker. There's a nice 1-2 played between their team before a cross-field ball finds their man. In the box, Jack Rush has to come out and make an excellent save. The second comes out, and as Core step on the ball, they probably take the sting out of the attack as their number 9 then feeds a shot wide of the mark. At the other end, we find another opportunity to add a third goal here, and it starts when Scott Terry has ample time to pick the ball up in midfield. He gives the ball away though, and it falls out to Callum Fox-Spence, and the opportunity opens up from range with Callum setting himself and taking a long shot. The core keeper doesn't take any chances as he parries away for a corner. The last action of the half sees a throw-in fall to Leon Mannion's feet and then teed up for Paul Hatfield to take a shot at the edge of the box. It actually goes away for a corner kick, and that's it for the half. It's early doors in the second half, and Core have the ball at their feet playing out from the back, but it's about to be their undoing as they work the right hand channel. They look to find space in behind our defensive line, but Robert Austin myself picks up the ball. I feed into Callum and we go down the left hand side again with Paul Hatfield getting onto the ball here. As you're about to see here, he feeds in Callum Fox-Spence, who then tees up Scott Terry, who turns in the box, takes on a nice shot, and it goes under the keeper again. That's Scott's second goal, and the team have their 3-1 lead. Pumping the ball from right to left, Core FC are going long in hopes of getting back into the game, and what you saw was the Core player chest the ball. It falls into Chris Marshall's hand, though we are protesting, and Core have a free kick just outside the penalty area. From the dead ball here, Core's player has a low speculative effort. Jack does brilliantly to save, and the rebound header is collected well by the big man. After his save and collection, Jack Roche has an opportunity here to play the ball into Core's half, though a missed kick doesn't stop the team from winning back possession of the ball and playing the ball out left. Paul Hatfield, the number 14, collects the ball and he drives and takes on his man easily. He beats him, he's dragged down in the penalty area, and as you're about to hear, Core spectators are livid that they've given a penalty for Paul's foul.
How can you say anything from what you've seen?
Stepping up to complete his hat-trick is Scott Terry, the club's number 10, and he steps up, he drives it to the goalkeeper's right, he gives him no option, the team lead 4-1, Scott's got a hat-trick, happy days.
Come on, boys! Come on, boys! Your decision is playing for that.
With the fourth goal, the game has run away from Core, and there's a lot of pressure from the team now as we open up chance after chance. There's some nice interplay here as Chris Marshall feeds in a nice 1-2 before the ball falls out left to myself, Rob. I take a touch and I deliver a cross in. Owen Jones is at the back post and his header is just wide of the mark. It's not just attack that wins teams' games, it's defensive actions as well from Chris Marshall that you're about to see here. That's crucial for the team winning games. After Stewart loses possession of the ball, the Core have an opportunity to step forward. There's an opportunity to cut in, but Chris makes an excellent block, denying them a chance for a second goal. It was a busy morning at Calcot with games behind us and in front of us, and as we collect the ball here, a throw-in goes down the left-hand side. Paul Hatfield does excellently to turn away. Leon passes into myself and then the ball's back into Paul Hatfield. Paul has a chance to cut in again like what he did before. This time he cuts across, he finds Owen Jones, the 6-yard merchant, finishes the job. It's 5-1 and it's another good goal. Marshall now has an opportunity to fly in a set-piece opportunity, and Leon leaves the ball after I call for it. Leon and myself have a couple seconds to look at each other, but Sam, my brother's on hand to capture the moment perfectly. Look at Leon's face as I'm holding my hands together. Leon had been huffing and puffing all morning to get onto the score sheet himself, and there's an opportunity here for the team, and as Danny Sesuwan and Gino Izzo do well to win possession of the ball. Waleed Zaki does very well to calm the game as the ball goes out to Owen Jones and then back out right. Leon chests the ball down before coming in. Leon crosses the ball over and it goes all the way over to myself, Rob. I play in Paul and then Paul flicks in the ball at the back post. Leon's got acres of space but is shanked wide and Leon hits the post in frustration. Though Leon didn't have to wait more than a couple minutes after that as he finally redeemed that shot. And as you're about to see here, it's again where Core lose possession of the ball. We drive forward with Paul Hatfield again. Paul plays in a perfect ball to Leon, who takes one touch. He sets himself, buries the effort into the corner. Leon has his goal. The team have a 6-1 lead, and that's all she wrote for the core. In what was a perfect start to our RDSL Division 4 season with back-to-back wins, goals from Leon Mannion, Jamie Carter, Scott Terry and Owen Jones saw the team cruise across the finish line in a 6-1 victory against a core side who were giving the team a real battle in the first half in particular. What that does for the league table during match week 2 was put the train in second place in the table due to missing out last weekend, as we were the odd team out of 11 who missed out on a fixture. Brothers United were sat at the top of the table after 3 wins to start their campaign, whilst Core FC dropped to 8th place in the table with their second defeat of the season. Next time out for the team, we were in Berks and Bucks FA County Cup action as we hosted Bass FC, a Division 4 outfit from the Bracknell and District Sunday League, in the first round of the BBFA Sunday Trophy. Until next time, believe the hype.